everyone. It's Brittney from the Pretty Plus. It has been a long day. It is November 3rd, election day. My mind has just been like, I don't know, everywhere today, as I'm sure most of yours have. But I did promise you that today I would get this video up. I don't think that I realized when I said that it was election day. So I've been like looking at coverage and stuff and trying to, like, in the middle of things, distract my mind. Somehow this day went by so quickly for me, and it's currently 8:18 p.m. and we've started to see some of the results trickle in, and it's just been interesting and taxing, and freaking Florida is just always a pain point for me. So, anyway, that's what's going on in life right now. But I'm sharing my November 2020 budget, kind of like a budget with me style. However, it is already budgeted because we're already in November. But I told you guys that this one was weird. We're in a I don't know what to call it, like a weird stage in our budget. We haven't had this instance come up yet since we've been budgeting since July of 2017. So I've told you guys previously, feel like I'm a broken record at this point, but what in the world? Sure. Brett quit his job and he got a new one, which is great. But he did have like 3 weeks, I think, in between where in November we're feeling it. In October, if you watch the last like budget review, which I'll link for you, we felt it barely because October was a 3 paycheck month for me, so it kind of made up for it. But November, he won't be receiving a paycheck until after the middle of the month. And so what we did, and I'll show you this down here, I don't show my assets generally. I don't want you guys to know exactly how much each of us are making each time we get paid, or if we have any random checks come to us or investments or anything like that. I don't want you to see it all. But I'm showing you that we put into our income carryover from October is what I said. Carryover October. 585 is what we carried over. If it were a normal month, the 585 is what we would have put into savings. But instead of putting it into savings and then having to dip back into savings because we're having a low income month, I just decided to carry it over. So 585 is what we carried over. That other right there, I don't know why it says other. I could just put what it is, because it's always our credit card points, rewards that we get back, and it's usually between like 40 to 50 bucks that we get. We get 1% when we make a purchase and 1% when we pay it off, and we typically pay off the credit card every paycheck we get. It's been a little weird lately, but we're not carrying a balance from month to month ever. So we're not paying interest or anything. We usually have about 40 to 50 bucks that we just use as statement credit. And that's what that is. That's estimated 40 bucks. I'm assuming it'll be higher because of some of the things we've paid this month. But anyway, so I'm going to go through what I usually do. Some of the things will not change, and some of the things are changing drastically. Mortgage, $680, car payment, $279. Again, last month I changed that from $300 to $279. $300 was like paying just a little bit extra, 21 bucks extra. I dropped that down so that we wouldn't have, that we'd have a little more wiggle room. $166 is our phones, $65 for our internet, and then budgeted $200 for gas and electric. We have budgeted $450 for our December daycare bill. It's like a $50 discount from usual because we already paid that $50. It was a weird thing, but so $50 was already paid from it, so just $450 is what we need to save up this month. $12 for Hulu, and then we have gone back to, if you recall or were with us like 2 years ago, we had a very strict $200 a month grocery budget, and I was very good about it. I feel very confident that I can do it again. It's just taking a little bit of getting used to going back to that because I enjoy cooking and we enjoy food, obviously. So that's something that I've always, I don't know, taken some liberties with after we've paid off debt. But getting back into the swing of things and budgeting and really making a plan for our food and our money will hopefully help us to, again, cut back on waste and save us some cash. That's where I know I can always shave the budget if I need to. I can make $50 a month stretch if I really need to. But $200 is what we budgeted for this month. Hopefully it's under. I don't see that happening. I think we need to get a few things from Sam's Club, but we'll see. $20 is what we budgeted for Joey and North. I actually spent that already. We did a Walmart pickup the other day, and we got litter and litter liners for $20. That should last us for the next few months, so we shouldn't have to make a purchase like that until after the new year. A weird thing on my arm, like a dry patch. I don't know. I keep touching it. Anyway, so this one, medical bills, is usually 0 on here for us because we pay our medical, like we have a standing bill with the hospital from when Clara was born because she was in the NICU forever and she hiked up quite the bill. We pay $125 a month for those bills, and it comes straight from our HSA. Well, we also have like a $300 bill that's going to be reoccurring for a while. So I have just put it there for medical bills where if it's just like a one-off thing, like last month Brett had a medical bill to pay and we would just put it down here in surplus payout. But since we know it's going to happen for a while, I just started to add it to medical bills and it has its own spot now. I hate medical bills, but it is what it is. And then debt payments still 0, which is good. I don't know what we'd do if we had debt payments right now. I'd probably go crazy. Budgeted $50 for a restaurant. It should be very easy to do. We've already eaten at McDonald's once this month. Like, why did we do that? I don't know. Weakness. But Clara really loved the French fries. And can we really blame her? We have some gift cards and stuff, so if we're really feeling antsy, we can always order from one of the places we have gift cards to, or the $50 really is for just quick stuff if we need a quick meal on the go. You know, $50. It's what we used to do back when we were in a lot of debt, and we can do it again. Budgeted $200 for gas. I think I'm going to have to start budgeting more for gas just because Brett is going to be traveling to work, and he was working from home before. But with his work schedule and how it was last time, he had some free time, and every weekend pretty much he was traveling like to Indy or Ohio to do like thrifting and whatever he does when he has his alone time. So it may even itself out, but we'll probably have to hike that up a little bit. So then now you see where some of the changes are coming in. We took out allowance. I just did it for this month. I don't know if we're doing it next month. It just made me feel better knowing that we could take that $130 out and it's just there, like in our budget as we need it. We'll see how planning for next month goes, but this month allowance is gone. And I went through, if you know and follow us, we have a lot of sinking funds. All of these sinking funds to be exact. And I went through and I looked at where they were for the year, how much money we had in them, how much I was expecting to use from them for the rest of the year. And I decided that some of them we just didn't need to use anymore. So family needs, we typically use that for like anything that Brett, Clara, or I need, underwear, crap like that. We have gotten a lot of those things for the year, so I don't think we'll need to use that one. We paid our insurance fee for the year, so we had, like, it was a lower bill than it was the year before, mixed with us getting a refund check from insurance that we just put into that sinking fund, ended up being that we had the funds for it by October, or by November instead of December. So we paid that so we don't need to pay any more into it. We have money in our car sinking fund and our house sinking fund in case we have anything that comes up with those. So then one of the ones that we kept is our gift sinking fund. Obviously, the holidays are coming up. We still want to be able to gift our friends and family, and that's really important to us. So we kept that one. Our holiday sinking fund is pretty funded. I have enough in there to get all the things that I'll need for our holiday party, plus some fun things we can do for Clara. So I didn't need to put any more into that. The cat's sinking fund is technically funded. We have a good amount of money sitting in there, and if a true emergency came up, we have a savings, so we can just use a savings if we really need to. So I stopped putting money in there, and I was only putting $5 a month, so it wasn't anything crazy. And then travel. We aren't traveling. We had made plans to go to Ohio a few times this year, and we just haven't been able to because of COVID. And we typically travel to Ohio in November for my nephew's birthday, and it just doesn't look like that's going to happen this year. And we also typically travel there for Christmas, and I'm not sure how that will work this year either. My husband's new job has different hours, and when I took I requested Friday off because he used to have Fridays off. Well, now he has Mondays off. So I don't know if it's going to align. Hopefully we'll be able to go at least in November or December. And whichever one we do decide on, or if we get to, we'll have travel money there. So that'll be fine. We kept the $50 in there, and then next year we're just going to take the sinking fund down, I think, because we're not going to be doing a lot of traveling, unfortunately. And then Mason's sinking fund, $100. That's for me, Brett, and Clara for the rest of the year's Christmas, obviously. So I kept it because I want to be able to get Brett a gift and Clara some gifts, and that's something that is always important to us. So that one stayed around as well. So instead of putting, I think it was $500, $520. I don't remember. Yep, $260 every twice a month. So $520 is what we were putting in there. I think now it's only I don't know what that is. $205 is what we have going for the next 2 months. It worked. I mean, I think that we're really lucky to have been saving up for these sinking funds for so long that we know if something comes up and I need to get a new tire, or we have a oil change that we need to do, we'll be able to do that because we have the money in our car sinking fund. If we had to stop putting money into the Mason sinking fund or the gift sinking fund or travel, any of them, we would be fine. So if things get really tight for some reason, we don't get paid as we are expecting to, we'll be able to adjust if we need to. We have money in savings, so it's not a huge deal if we end up having to move some money. Just to let you guys know. So then, that's just a big difference. And it's going to be a big difference for what you see next year too. So just be prepared for that. I'll share more with that as I get into next year's planning. Separate savings. It's not something we're doing. We're not saving for anything separate right now. So nothing's there. And then we have Clara expenses. We're always going to have Clara things that come up. Always happens. This month we've already had to get passies. Yeah, she's 2, and she still uses a passy to go to sleep. And it is what it is. I'm kind of partial to it just as much as she is, because if she wakes up in the middle of the night, all I have to do is find that passy and pop it in her mouth, and she goes right back to sleep. It's amazing. We know we need to break it from her soon, but today's not the day. She chewed holes in her other one, so we got 2 more, and we'll see how that goes. So yeah, that is what November's looking like for us. if all goes well and we can stick to this budget, I got cut off because I was talking for too long. Anyway, if all goes well and we can stick to this budget, we should have $408 left in the month. And I think we'll stick to this budget just fine. It's just a matter of like not knowing what my paychecks are going to look like, since insurance is going to be coming out of them now and it's more expensive. And we have no clue what my husband's first paycheck is going to look like. His new job is just kind of nonchalant about things. We'll call it that. So, um, hopefully, if all goes well, we'll have at least $408 to put, I want to say into savings. Yeah, I don't think we'll have to roll over again for the next month, but so we'll have that to put into savings, and that will be very nice. So then it'll just be, that little 2 month hardship, um, that, everyone needs to face in 2020. Why wouldn't we face something like this? It is 2020. We were lucky enough to not have our jobs affected by COVID-19, and we didn't have any problems with, losing a job or um, not knowing where our next paycheck was going to come from back when everyone was having those issues. So I guess we win this. This situation is much better. My husband's out of a job that he was miserable at and into one that I think he'll be way less miserable at. That's a pro. Um, and then, you know, we still will have our bills paid and not go further or not go back into debt. So I hope that November is looking great for you guys. I hope that even if you're having struggles or hardships, that you can take this situation with my budget and look at it and say, okay, this is how she tweaked things to make it work. We can do the damn same thing. So, if you enjoy videos like this, be sure to subscribe, like, comment, all those things that every YouTube person tells you to do. You can find me on the internet, talk to me more at The Pretty Plus on Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. As always, my baby, my blog, theprettyplus.com. You can find me there all the time, and I will chat with you soon. Bye, guys.